Turning now to Central Texas, where a key emergency official says he was sick and asleep when the deadly floods hit the area earlier this month. William B. Thomas is the management coordinator for Kerr County, one of the hardest hit areas from the July 4th incident that killed more than 100 people. In his first public remarks since the disaster, Thomas defended his handling of the emergency during a hearing in Kerrville regarding the response efforts to the floods.
To those who ask, what would you have done differently? The honest answer is that, based on the data we had at the time, there was no clear indicator that a catastrophic flood was imminent. The situation evolved faster than anyone could have predicted. Still, I've spent a lot of time reflecting not just on what we can do better here in Kerr County, but what can be improved across Texas and rural, river-adjacent communities like ours.
For more, let's bring in CBS News correspondent Janet Shamlian, who was at today's hearing in Kerrville, Texas. Janet, thank you for joining us. We heard that Thomas also missed emergency planning meetings ahead of the floods. Why was he absent?
So he had taken the day off. He said that it was a pre-approved absence. In addition to that, he was sick and asleep at the time. So he said he didn't listen to any of these things. And of course, you would think that during a big holiday weekend that officials in Kerr County and Kerrville, the city, would have other plans in place for a city official in charge of emergency management who was taking time off to cover for him. But it appears, Sterling, that that was not the case because the other city officials also were not awake or not paying attention during these overnight hours and after the National Weather Service advisories came out.
Thomas, as you mentioned, it wasn't the only local official question. What else have you learned about, the other officials, and have any of the victims' family members reacted?
So the county judge, and that's a big job in Texas. They oversee the county. I know it sounds like they're a judge, but actually they oversee operations in the county. The county judge was at his lake house in Travis County, which is not in Kerr County, and the sheriff said that he was asleep. So those are the three top people that you would expect would be monitoring these developments when severe weather was expected. As in terms of reaction from people here, obviously there was shock and disappointment, not just from the 200 people who filled this center and are still inside now. This has been an all-day hearing, but from the lawmakers who came from Austin to have the hearing here in Kerrville also expressed shock that really no one was minding the store, so to speak, in these hours when more than 108 people in Kerr County lost their lives.
This is just devastating, and I know a lot of people watching might want to know, what are officials hoping comes out of this hearing? What's the ultimate goal and the outcome here?
So the state lawmakers say that they want to learn from this, right? And that's why there's a special session right now. This is part of the special session in Austin called by Governor Abbott, but it was moved to Kerrville today to hear from people in Kerrville and hear from officials. Unfortunately, 150 people signed up to speak. We've only heard from maybe 2 or 3 dozen so far. They've really prioritized a lot of time with the county officials over the people who wanted to tell their stories. A lot of them elderly have been sitting here since 9:30 in the morning Central Time hoping for a chance to speak. But back to your question, what do they hope? They're hoping some laws will be in place, that things will change by next summer. The mayor of Kerrville asked for an alarm system to be in place by next summer. That seems unlikely given the magnitude of this area, but hopefully changes to come.
Janet Shamlian, thank you so much for your strong reporting there. Appreciate it.